Hi, I'm Stefano Zambotti, researcher at the Institute for Renewable Energy of URAC Research and PhD candidate at the Erasmus University Rotterdam. In this first section of the module, we will go through the main attributes of peer-to-peer electricity trading. In this section, we will learn what a peer-to-peer platform is, we will learn how peer-to-peer trading compares with conventional retail markets, we will see the importance of critical mass and spatial scale, and finally, we will see the two most relevant market structures that enable peer-to-peer electricity trading. Peer-to-peer trading is a business model based on a virtual marketplace. It was conceived as a consequence of the increasing penetration of distributed energy resources, such as PV and storage systems, but was also conceived with the intention of providing extra incentives for the additional deployment of such resources. Peer-to-peer electricity trading is based on the sharing economy concept. It has been referred to as the Uber or the Airbnb of energy, as it enables the trading of idling capacity. Peer-to-peer trading enables local distributed energy generators to sell their electricity at the desired price to consumers willing to pay that price. In peer-to-peer trading, platforms serve as a virtual marketplace where consumers and producers virtually meet to trade electricity. They do so without any intermediation, and the electricity is exchanged at a price the peers agree upon. Buyers and sellers also become members of the platform, for example, by paying a predetermined monthly subscription fee that allows them to trade. On the platform, buyers seek the cheapest possible price, keeping their opportunity costs in consideration, while sellers seek the highest possible price based on their needs and preferences. In peer-to-peer trading, prosumers, those players that can both produce and consume, can continuously switch roles between buyer and seller. They can at times purchase and at other times sell, depending on their net demand. The common practice for residential or commercial consumers in liberalized markets is to purchase electricity from retailers, while in the case of residential and commercial prosumers, excess electricity is sold back to the grid at a buyback rate. So it is the case where a customer is selling electricity back to its own retailer. However, consumer tariffs for electricity supply are generally much higher than the buyback rates that prosumers can obtain from selling electricity to the retailer. And therefore, in peer-to-peer trading, participants can achieve a win-win situation: a lower price than retail tariffs for buyers and a higher price than buyback rates for sellers. Like in any other peer-to-peer trading scheme, size and number of participants are critical, as platforms are viable only when there are enough participants willing to trade electricity with each other. So you need to have enough supply and demand for a platform to be viable. A peer-to-peer trading model can be established among individual neighbors within a local community, as well as on a larger scale among various communities. In a local scale scenario, the peer-to-peer electricity exchange among individual neighbors is done either on the distribution grid or via mini-grid setup. While for the larger scale, where the trade happens between communities or microgrids, the exchange is enabled by interconnected networks owned and managed by the system operator. In contrast to the top-down approach of the current electricity market, peer-to-peer electricity trading allows for a bottom-up approach that empowers consumers and prosumers. The bottom-up peer-to-peer market structures can be divided into fully decentralized markets and community-based markets. In a fully decentralized peer-to-peer market, consumers and prosumers can independently and directly negotiate with one another without any centralized supervision. Such decentralization of a peer-to-peer market relies on bilateral contracts between individual prosumers. In a community-based peer-to-peer market instead, the model can be applied to a community microgrid and groups of neighboring consumers and prosumers. In a community-based peer-to-peer market, each member generally trades its energy with a community through a community manager. Thus, a community manager manages the trading activities within the community, for example, acting as an auctioneer. We have now reached the end of the first section. Thank you for your attention, and I hope I will see you soon for section number 2 on the implementation requirements of peer-to-peer electricity trading.